Well, good Wednesday morning, everyone. It is time for our visit with our favorite family physician, Dr. Stan Anderson. Good morning, Dr. Stan.
Hey, Pam, great to talk to you.
I had this a sudden urge to say colds and flus and COVID. Oh, my. That's kind of it, right?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. So, part of the reason why I thought it would be good to talk about this is because yesterday I saw two people that both had COVID, and neither of them were very sick. So, part of it was one person had tested at home, and the test at home was negative. They came into the office, and when we tested them using a little bit more highly sensitive test, it came back positive. So the first thing is we are definitely seeing an increase in COVID. It is starting to go up. The strains that are going around are these new XFG strain. The XFG is an Omicron variant, and the Nimbus, what's called the NB18.1. So the Nimbus and the XFG are the most common, and they don't make you super sick. What happens is a lot of people will start with a sore throat. The sore throat then usually changes to a little bit of hoarseness or voice changes. Then, for some people, it ends up leading to a cough. Other people, it's like a head cold. So I had one person yesterday had virtually no cough, mainly a head cold, and he said, I get this every year. I said, let's just do the test just to be safe. And lo and behold, he did have COVID. The issue is a lot of the people don't have the typical symptoms of you associating with COVID, which is a really high fever. You feel like you're on death's door, the achiness and the cough that is just so overwhelming. Now, those could still happen, but for many people, it doesn't. And so it depends which variety someone has. And the biggest issue is these COVID strains really aren't as serious, but it does emphasize that if you're at risk, so if you're over the age of 65, you really should consider getting the COVID booster. Getting the COVID booster, if you get COVID, will end up giving you a higher resistance, so it's not going to be as bad. So just a little shout out that it's never too late to go ahead and get some type of protection with Christmas coming, with the seasons coming, with Hanukkah, with just the way in which we end up celebrating and being with family and people that we love. If anybody has something and they're not super sick, they can easily spread it to everybody else that's gathered. So part of it is be safe, but also be careful. If you are sick, consider talking to your primary care provider about doing a test and potentially getting started on treatment. Because most of the people with COVID, they're not super sick. That's the main point that I just wanted people to be aware of and be careful as we head into the holidays.
And what about the flu? What's our flu season looking like?
Yeah, so right now it's not too bad. The flu season, if you're on the East Coast, we're seeing this huge amount of this strain that is what's called the Concade K, and it is a lot more serious. So yes, we've actually seen the first death in a child from influenza this year, and it was on the East Coast. So if you're going to be traveling east for the Christmas season, for the holidays, or if you're going to be going to a large city, so if you're going to be going to Detroit, if you're going to be going to Philadelphia, if you're going to be going to, again, a place where it's higher concentration, then you really need to be more careful. Here's the issue. The flu shots are the least amount of flu shots that we've given in a season in over 2 decades. part of it is people have just seen, yeah, last year the flu season wasn't that bad, or I almost never got the flu, or I get the flu and it was no big deal, so I'm not going to get the shot this year. The problem with that logic is the strain that's coming down. It's an influenza A. It's an H3N2. This influenza season is predicted to be dramatically more intense and more severe. Remember, 30,000 people died from influenza last year. Usually we see around 45,000 people that die. And last year there were only 600,000 hospitalizations. Normally there's 800,000. So they're just anticipating that because people are taking more of a nonchalant type of a view, that it's going to be a lot more intense. What's also going around is a gastroenteritis. So this is a norovirus, which is now affecting a lot of people that they get. You've heard of the idea of the stomach flu. So it's kind of like that. The norovirus that's going around, when it hits you, you end up getting so much diarrhea, and it can be very, very intense. And it can be very difficult and dangerous in the elderly or in the very young. So, yeah, you've got COVID you need to worry about. Consider getting the vaccine. There's influenza that is starting to come. In Ohio, it's not too bad. They're anticipating it's really going to hit somewhere around early January. And now it's the norovirus, which is the gastroenteritis that people can get. And that is a foodborne, and it's directly associated with what you touch and then what goes in your mouth. So that's the big three that are going around. There is no immunization against the norovirus. For that, you just need to be careful, wash your hands, and be careful about the food that you eat.
Lots of good advice, Dr. Stan. Everybody wants to stay healthy right now, you know?
Oh, my.
Well,
The
next,
big thing is you're trying to celebrate, and in celebration, something bad happens because somebody has something that may not be affecting them that much, but it negatively impacts everyone else.
yeah. Over the years, we've had family illnesses like that, you know, where, oh gosh, Christmas is not good. But, well, next Wednesday is Christmas Eve. So we'll either talk or we won't.
All right.
That'll be totally up to you.
To
And yeah, I'm excited to get to the week of Christmas for sure.
I look forward to it. Thank you, Pam.
Thanks, Dr. Stan.